It is Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and we are recording CoeCast from CES in Las Vegas, Nevada. Also, apparently it's Old Rock Day, which feels spiritually accurate for what's happening on the expo floor right now.
Old Rock Day? Wait, like geology? Or like classic rock?
Yes.
Incredible. I'm Riley.
And I'm Hunter, and today's episode is a little special because yesterday was the official launch of Coe.
We launched Hunt. Like we did the thing. I still feel like my nervous system is buffering.
Same. It's like we hit publish, and immediately the universe was like, cool, now do it every day forever.
Now the real work begins, Ted.
Exactly. But we're not here to do a victory lap. We're here because CES is basically a fire hose of AI, is leaving the cloud and moving into your stuff. And NVIDIA is leading that parade with two big drops, Alpamayo for autonomous driving and LTX2 for local video generation on RTX PCs.
Okay, wait, those are wildly different vibes. One is your car is thinking, and the other is your laptop is now a studio.
And the connective tissue is the same idea. Open-ish stacks, local-first workflows, and explainability as a selling point. Also, side note, this entire episode was assembled by our automation stack, like end to end. If it gets weird, you're hearing the edge of the experiment.
If it gets weird, just blame the panda robot I saw downstairs. There's literally a cuddly baby panda robot for elderly companionship at CES, and I made eye contact with it, and it felt like it knew my search history.
Love that for you. All right, Alpamayo. NVIDIA is calling it a family of open-source models and tools, including a vision language action model with reasoning traces aimed at accelerating autonomous vehicle development.
Yeah, because open source is the new organic. People just slap it on the label and hope you don't read the ingredients.
Exactly. So what's actually open? What NVIDIA has publicly put out there is a bundle open-source model family and tools, plus an open simulation framework called AlpaSim, and a physical AI driving dataset they say is over 1,700 hours, hosted for developers.
So open, but with an RTX-shaped keyhole.
That's a great way to say it. And the other open gotcha datasets are often where restrictions hide. Sometimes you can use the model commercially, but the dataset has limitations on redistribution, benchmarking, or mixing into your own open releases. That's where creators and marketers should take the lesson, because we're seeing the same pattern with open-weight media models too.
I'm glad you said lesson because I don't care about cars, but I care about the concept. Like, if a brand says we're open, what's actually open? The weights, the training code, the data, or just the vibes?
Right. And Alpamayo is also being pitched around explainability, the why the car did X thing, which is fascinating because who decides what a good explanation is?
Oh my God, the PR team. It's always the PR team.
That's the fear. In safety-critical systems, explainability can't be a bedtime story. It has to be operational. Engineers want debugging signals, regulators want accountability, lawyers want liability shields, and the user just wants to not die.
Also, can we talk about reasoning in AI being the most abused word at CES? Everyone's like, it reasons, and I'm like, okay, does it reason or does it narrate?
Yes, the snarky take online is basically chain of thought theater. Like it prints a confident explanation after the fact, which can be useful, but it's not the same as a verifiable causal trace.
For creators, that maps to brand safety. Like, if an AI video tool explains why it chose a scene, but it still invented a fake logo, that explanation is useless. I want receipts. I want provenance. I want to know what inputs were used.
You're literally teeing up what we've been writing about lately. Trust marks, receipts, agent version control, all that. And this is why. Because when systems move faster than humans can review, you need logs, diffs, and validation loops.
Okay, but tell me about the synthetic edge case generation part, because that sounds like we're going to train in the Matrix.
Great description. The promise is, instead of collecting endless real miles, you simulate rare scenarios and generate edge cases faster. The risk is you end up training on a fake world that's confidently wrong. If the sim has blind spots, your model inherits them.
That's literally like creators training on their own content bubble until they become a parody of themselves.
Exactly. Closed-loop slop. The fix is validation against reality. For cars, that's real-world testing. For marketing automation, it's grounding against truth packs, product data contracts, and critics that check claims, links, and compliance before anything ships.
I'm obsessed with the idea that autonomous driving problems are basically the same as content ops problems, just with lower stakes. Unless you're a brand on X, then the stakes feel like death.
Speaking of X, the other NVIDIA drop is the one creators are actually screaming about. LTX2. Open source video generation optimized for RTX PCs. And the big headline is local generation with synced audio and video.
Okay, that's nuts. Because the biggest pain in AI video is you generate a clip, then you're like, cool, now I have to fix audio, lip sync, timing, captions, and suddenly it's a full-time job.
Exactly. And to be precise on features, LTX2 is from Lightrix, it's open source, and it's positioned as generating video with synchronized audio. The public demos and docs also claim up to 20-second clips and up to 4K at 50 FPS.
So what's the first actually useful marketing workflow beyond cool demo? Yes, UGC-style ad factories. Like not slop, I mean structured, brand-guided variation. You can generate a batch of hook variations locally, keep your product images private, and iterate fast without uploading everything to a cloud tool that might train on it or leak it.
That's the key, privacy plus iteration speed. For teams with sensitive launches, local is a strategic advantage, and the local loop changes your production math. You can do review cycles faster, and you can route outputs through a critic layer before a human even sees them.
But we also get the flood, like the absolute tsunami of uncanny off-brand slop. Because if every RTX laptop can generate decent video with audio, the feed becomes a haunted mall.
Totally. The winners won't be the people who can generate, it'll be the people who can govern. Brand-safe forks, approved pipelines, content passports, and actual review gates.
You said forks and my open source brain lit up. Open source creative models always get forked into chaos. Do you think brands will standardize on a blessed fork?
They have to. Otherwise, you're running Frankenstacks forever with random updates breaking style consistency. Brands need repeatability, which means version pinning, model routing, and a clear, this is the approved build policy.
Okay, but if LTX2 is local, does that mean everyone becomes their own little studio?
That's the direction. And it matches the other CES pattern we've been covering, AI moving from cloud subscriptions into devices. Like Liquid AI's on-device speech agents, RTX AI garage optimizations, all of it is pointing to your workflows live where your work happens.
Which brings us to Stream Unlimited's voice LLM reference integration thing. That's like putting branded voice agents inside audio products, right?
Yep, Stream Unlimited announced a customizable voice LLM reference integration for audio agent products. The architecture is modular, brands can swap speech to text, the LLM, and text-to-speech components, and it's meant for conversational voice in audio devices.
I'm sorry, but the line between delightful brand agent and my toaster is upselling me again is so thin.
It's basically consent and intent. If the voice agent helps you do the job you're already trying to do, it's magic. If it hijacks your moment to sell you something, it's villain behavior.
Also, prompt injection in hardware is going to be a whole saga. People think on-device equals safe, but like, have you met humans? They will absolutely jailbreak the fridge.
True, on-device is privacy-friendly, but it doesn't eliminate security risks. You still need guardrails, logging, and clear escalation paths. Same playbook.
Speaking of humans being unwell, we need to address the other CES AI companionship stuff. There's a New York pop-up cafe where you can take AI chatbots on dates, like single-seat tables with phone stands.
That is the most 2026 sentence I've heard today.
And Levense launched a physical AI companion doll that senses touch and sends selfies. We are speedrunning sci-fi.
The Levense part is real as a CES reveal. They showed an AI companion doll concept with features like touch sensing and AI-generated selfies, but as of the latest reporting, they hadn't published firm pricing or a shipping date.
The through line is still the same. AI is becoming embodied. Not just software, but products with personalities. That's why these voice integrations and local models matter. The interface is shifting from type a prompt to live with it.
Which means creators and marketers need a new skill, designing behavior, not just content. Like, what does your brand sound like when it interrupts someone?
Exactly.
And that's where lead responsibly becomes real. Not as a slogan, but as workflow design. Consent, disclosure, and constraints baked into the system.
Okay, Hunt, bring it home. If someone's listening and they're like, cool story, what do I do?
Here's the practical move. If you're experimenting with local video like LTX2, treat it like a production component, not a toy. Create an internal prompt and asset standard. Add a review gate. Log what model and settings you used, and build a simple content receipt so you can explain how an asset was made if it gets questioned.
And if you're looking at voice agents and products, don't start with the toaster that negotiates your mortgage. Start with constrained flows, customer support triage, setup guides, simple brand interactions. Keep humans in the loop where trust matters.
Exactly. All right, that's it for today from CES 2026 in Las Vegas. Thanks for hanging with us on Old Rock Day while we talked about cars thinking, laptops generating movies, and panda robots judging Riley.
The panda robot is my new manager. I can feel it.
Subscribe to KoiCast and go check out koi.com/resources for AI news and updates.
And if you're celebrating Old Rock Day, please, in honor of us, pick up a rock, name it version control, and do not let your automations ship without receipts.
Catch you next time.